we have been discussed related to the linear programming, and furtherly in the today's class we will discuss regarding the second method in the case of linear programming of the operational research. And the second method here it is a big M method in linear programming. The name it specifies that big M method. So here M represents addition of a mathematical relation, that adding of a large positive number for solving the complex kind of problems in the operational research by the application of this linear programming technology or linear programming concept. And what are the different steps involving in this big M method, and what is the big M method? We will be having a detailed discussion here. In linear programming, here LP represents the linear programming. In linear programming, if there is any constraints such as greater than or equal to or equal to, here the sign assumption of another one more signification, that is less than or equal to, not at all taken. So that less than or equal to here plays a major discussion in this big M method. So this is the method that will be equating to the zero any of the constraints in the problem. If ax plus by plus c is having a nominal value upon generation is equal to z, then z will be equal to 0 or greater than the zero number. Like I will show you one equation like this. So x1 plus x2 is equal to 0 or greater than 0, x1 and x2. In such a way, the problems will be existing for us. There is no any scope of less than or equal to 0, because if the less than 0, if there is any results obtained to us, it will be in a negative numbers, and hence negative will not be existing in our this big method concept in the case of this linear programming. Hence, this big method will be having only two different significations, that is greater than or equal to or equal to the constraints. That is the first test step need to be obtained in the case of this big M method. And second one, it is a version of simpler algorithm generations. So algorithm generation, first finding of the BFS by adding the artificial variables, and even a slag variable need to be added, and the equation should be LHS side conversion taking place from the RHS side and should be equated to the 0. So that is the simplex algorithm basis of problems that will be processed in the case of this big M method in the case of simplification factor. So here we will be discussing the detailed steps step by step. Here we are having 4 different steps to be followed for implementing this big M method in the case of linear programming technique of operational research. Here you are having clearly that modifying the constraint so that RHS of each constraint is non-negative. So we have already discussed that there is no any scope of this less than or equal to in the case of the equations, because non-negative in the sense almost positive values will be coming at the upon solving the problem. So hence if we have obtained the positive values will be definitely greater than 0. Hence it is clearly step 1 specifying that the obtained RHS value, right hand side value, will be equal to 0 or greater than 0. So that is the first step. And second step, after the modifications, if at all, if any value has been obtained as per the given problem, in the given problem, if there is any equating value in the negative number, it has to be multiplied right hand side with respect to -1. And I'll be giving you a simple example. For example, x1 plus x2 is equal to -5, in the sense that -5 in the right hand side, after the equal to right hand side, -5 need to be multiplied with respect to the -1. That is clearly specifying here. That is -5 into -1 will be equal to +5. So indeed, to get the positive value on the right hand side, if at all in the question it is equal to the negative value, then it has to be multiplied with the -1, or else in the most of the problems that we are being getting in the case of this operational research for solving in linear programming technology, definitely there will not be getting a non-negative value. So if at all the non-negative values has been given, then we are sure that the problem itself is not feasible. So not feasible in the sense, you can write that particular word here upon not solving, by not solving the problem. మీరు ప్రాబ్లం మొత్తం సాల్వ్ చేయాల్సినంత అవసరం కూడా అక్కడ ఉండదండి. ఆర్హెచ్ఎస్ సైడ్ కనుక మీకు ఇచ్చిన ప్రాబ్లంలో నెగటివ్ సిగ్నరేషన్ కనుక ఉంటే దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫీజిబుల్ అని చెప్పేసి మీరు రాసేసేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ గివెన్ ఫర్ 10 మార్క్స్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆర్ 8 మార్క్స్ క్వశ్చన్, డైరెక్ట్లీ బై రైటింగ్ ఓన్లీ దట్ it is not feasible for solving, definitely you will be getting that overall 10 marks. That is the criteria. So the first step in the big M methodology, it is first one in the RH side, it need to be converted to the left hand side direction with an non-negative characteristics by equating to 0. Second step, adding of a slag variable. So slag variable in the sense conversion of inequality constraint to a standard problem. So standard problem, by adding a slag variable, that is additional variable, indeed to subtract the accessing variable, we will be utilizing the slag variable. So because here it specifies that after the right hand side we have converted the negative values to positive values if it is existing. So that negative positive value, when it has been converted to the left hand side direction of the equation, definitely it will be transforming to the negative signatures. So that indeed to eradicate those negative signatures, will be adding a slag variable. That is the second step need to be identified. And moving with respect to the third step, adding of an artificial variable to the constraints identified as greater than or equal to, or and this constraint that ends at the step 1. So that should be after before the left equal to symbolic representation itself. Entire that polynomial equation should be before 0, and hence even we can give the sign signation that is definitely greater than 0, because we have already discussed that at the right hand side there will not be having any negative numbers, because it is very much clear that constraint in the sense rigid means compulsory, that is the meaning. So there will be no non-negative numbers in the RH side. So non-negative numbers in the sense that will be ends to 0. -1, -2 will not be existing here, and that means 0. And greater than 0, positive numbers in the sense 1 is greater than 0, 0 is equal to 0. Hence we are giving the symbolic representation as greater than or equal to 0. Definitely we are sure that there will not be any less than or equal to. Clear? Next one, moving to the step 4. If at all it has been obtained for solving the minimum problem, we can add a large positive number which is existing within the given problem, and it will be added to the with respect to the artificial number that we are being taken in the step 3, and this objective function is multiplied with respect to both this large positive number m that we have been taken and to the artificial variable ai. So in the step 3, it is very much clear that adding an artificial number to the constraints identified as greater than 0, right? So to this artificial number, a very large positive number in the step 4, let m be denoted with a very large positive number, and that number will be multiplied with respect to the artificial variable that has been added at the step 3, right? And hence the entire upon simplifying this value, the overall function will be generating to an objective considerations. And if the problem is very much large, then the values will be definitely moving on to the negative range. So indeed, we are having a simple technique. If the negative values are generated, definitely we will be indeed to get the sign significations to a positive range, minus will be placing. So minus large positive number into the artificial variable will give the positive objective function, right? That is the fourth step need to be maintained. So here there are 4 different steps need to be followed indeed to solve the problem, any kind of the problem in big M method. First one entende, that is RHS terminals should be non-negative, and if at all it is negative, then we will be multiplying with respect to the -1, and hence minus into minus will be coming into the positive, and simultaneously it will be greater than or equal to 0 value. Second one, conversion of each inequality constraint to a standard form. So standard form here, for that we are adding a slag variable. So slag variable. In the third step, we are doing that, adding on a artificial variable that is greater than or equal to 0. And beyond that, if the problem, indeed to solve the problem, we have to pick up a large positive number, and that will be denoting with the M, and that M will be given in the question itself for us. And if at all it is in the minimum range of problem, we'll be obtaining the values in a positive range. Definitely there is no any doubt. And next, if at all the negative values has been obtained, simultaneously we'll be adding a negative signation for the multiplication factor of this large positive number with respect to an artificial variable, right? And hence the objective function will be assigned to us. And finally, this artificial variable will be eliminated with respect to the 0 from the row 0. In the first phase itself, we will be eliminating this artificial variable, because artificial variables in the sense that is constant numbers. So constant numbers need not to be existing for us indeed to solve the problem. Hence we will be discarding it in the first row itself, first row of solving problem itself. So first row of solving problem in the sense, I will be showing you here in the pictorial representation. See, this is row 1, nothing but 3 into 2, like that. So 6 will be the major factor that we will be taking as the slag variable. S1 is an slag variable, and A2 is an normal variable, that is artificial variable. In the row 1, S1, it should be eliminated in the row 1 itself. It is not carrying on to the second one, right? Second row. So that is the major impact over here. So that has to be eliminated from the 0 row itself, right? Because it will be very much simple for us to solve the given constraints and generating the values, right? After this elimination, we can transform the problem to the simplex by choosing any of the number that need to be added with respect to M, that is very large positive number. In the step 4, it is very much clear for us that we need to add the large positive number, right? So upon simplifying that, this M value and performing the actions wherever that we are having the mathematical representations, just like we have been seen here, just 0.5 into x1. If the x1 has been given, simultaneously x2 can be identified. If x2 has been given, then x1 can be identified. So like that, if x1 and x2 doesn't mentioned with us, directly we will be choosing a large positive number and applying with respect to any one of we will be obtaining. So finally, after solving the entire calculations, if you have got the value equal to 0, or greater than 0, then the answer will be calling as an optimal solution. The main aim of us is to solve the optimal solution. And if at all a positive variables in an optimal solution we have been obtained at a very large than the m value we have been taken. Generally we are assuming a m value and we are taking for this value for solving the problems. If the obtained value upon simplification has been greater than the optimal solution that we have been obtained, right, at the m level value greater than the m value, then the original problem is infeasible, right? And next, another one more point we have been discussing.
As per rules, please silent.
All right.
సార్ వచ్చారు, సైలెంట్ గా ఉన్నాను.
There is an internet connectivity problem with me and resuming the class. Okay. So that is clear for us that upon increasing the solution obtained for us when the result has been obtained greater than m value that we have been taken, then it is infeasible value. So another one more point we are having very much clear that if the value will not be in negative range, if it has been got to the negative, then we will be multiplying with respect to the -1 standard variation in the step 1 that we have been taken, right? That is these are the 4 different steps. We will be recalling it once again. In the step 1, at the RHS range, if the value equation given in the problem is in the negative range, then we will be multiplying that negative number with respect to the -1. Definitely in most of the problems it will be a positive number only, constraint, because constraint in the sense compulsory, it has to be given in the positive number only. That is nothing but x1 plus x2 should be equal to only 2, right? So the 2 will not be in -2. If at all there has been given in the -2, then you have to consider that as it should be multiplied with -1. That is the first step need to be maintained in the big M method of calculation. With the step 2, second one, it is converting that equation to a constrained value, that is addition of slack variable. And the third step, addition of this artificial variable. And fourth step will be taking a large positive number and you will be multiplying with respect to the artificial variable you have been taken in the third step. So these are the 4 different steps need to be maintained for simplification exercise, right? And upon solving methodology, if you have been obtained the value after solving is equal to 0, it is acceptable. It is greater than is equal to 0 and greater than 0, it is valid, or else in the negative range you have to multiply again with respect to the m value, that is equating with negative signature. We'll be looking up to a simple problem, that is orange juice manufacturing problem. Bevco manufacturers. Bevco is a company name. This taking an example of Bevco problem, manufacturing of an orange juice. So Bevco is manufacturing an orange juice with 2 different flavors, that is orange flavor and orange juice upon mixing of these 2. So Bevco manufactures an orange flavored drink called orange by combining orange soda and orange juice. So orange soda and orange juice, 2 variables here we are getting, 2 constraints. So each ounce is nothing but the measuring. Each ounce of orange juice contains 0.5 oz of sugar and 1 milligram of vitamin C. So first constraint, there are 2 constraints, orange soda and orange juice. And again, subclassification. Orange soda consists of a composition 0.5 oz of sugar plus 1 milligram of vitamin C. Simultaneously, in this orange juice also will be containing of 0.25 oz of sugar plus 3 milligrams of vitamin C, right? So here we are obtaining 4 different constraints. So considering 2 rupees to produce ounce of orange soda, and considering 3 rupees to produce an ounce of orange juice. Here there is a market department has decided that each 10 ounce bottles of orange must contain at least 20 milligrams of vitamin C and at most 4 oz of sugar. So for a 10 of 10 bottles, the composition of 20 milligrams of vitamin C and 4 oz of sugar need to be a composition of mixture. So we use the linear programming technique to determine how Bevco company can meet the marketing department's requirements at minimum cost. So cost should not be increased furtherly as per the general statistics of manufacturing within the company. And by utilizing this linear programming technology, that too the big M method, we need to solve the problem as per the conditions that are satisfying with respect to the marketing department. So let us consider the statistics of the problem existing. Let us consider the constraints and application of 4 different methodologies or steps that are involved in the big M method just now we have been discussed. So initially, it is crystal clear that considering orange soda, composition of entire orange bottle consisting of 2 compositions, that is orange soda plus orange juice. So these 2 are the major composition of orange bottle for each and every bottle. Considering x1 is equal to orange soda and x2 is equal to orange juice, and calculating to an ounce of bottle minimum at a minimum price, that is z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. Here 2 and 3 represents the coefficients, represents the major phenomena, that is nothing but 2 rupees for producing of this soda and 3 rupees for producing of this orange juice. So hence, indeed to consider upon mixing of these both, will be getting a bottle of orange, and z is equal to x1 plus 3x2 on an average mixture. Next one, that leads to the sugar content constraints. We need to calculate regarding the constraints that are existing within the mixture, because orange soda again subclassified into 2 groups, that is composition of sugar plus C vitamin. Simultaneously orange juice also, by the composition variation, sugar and C vitamin composition. Hence, considering only for the sugar constraints for both x1 and x2, 0.5 percentage of x1 containing in the first mixture. So x1 here itself specifies that orange soda is having composition of 0.5 percentage, and next orange juice is having the composition of 0.25 percentage of sucrose or sugar constraints. Next one, vitamin C constraint. Considering in both the statistics 1 percentage or 1 compound of x1 and 3 components of C vitamin in this orange juice, and simultaneously on an average we need to identify or calculate for 10 different bottles. So RHS is fixed here. So the major requirement has been given terminology. So 10 equating for both the combination x1 plus x2, that is both orange soda plus juice. And definitely we are clear that there is no any negativity values here. Our 4 steps specifies that equating of 0, and that should not be in the negative value sign considerations. So it is very much clear that there is no any negative value in the above containing strategy, right? So these are the constraints existing in the problem, and upon application of these both techniques, four different types of steps involving in the big method, we'll be calculating this orange example form problem. Modifying the constraints so such that RH's right hand side of each constraint is non-negative. So first one, it is a sign factor. So sign factor, it clearly specifies that because we need to manufacture 10 bottles, there is no any negativity here, and it is greater than 0. Condition has been satisfied as per the mode of the problem. So the RHS side of each constraint is non-negative. First one, it is clear. Second step, moving on to the second step, conversion each inequality constraint to a standard form. So here each inequality constraint in the sense equating to 0 for each and every problem. So here also it specifies three different definite equations. So first one equation, it is equating to the maximum composition, that is Z. So hence this RHS terminology is being transferred to the left hand side and equating to 0. That is Z minus 2x1 minus 3x2 is equal to 0. And definitely minus values are not existing here also. And next one, simultaneously the next constraints are related to the sugar, adding of slag variable. So S1 is here considered as a slag variable. And next one, it is an artificial variable, adding of third step in the case of big method big M method solvation is artificial variable addition. So adding of artificial variable here in the case of vitamin C, that is minus E2. So equating to E2, and hence that has been calculated with respect to the minus E2, right? Vitamin C. So our major complication here, it is 10 bottles need to be manufactured upon the composition of X1 and X2. Here X1 specifies the orange soda mixture and X2 specifies the orange juice. So all the variables are non-negative. Hence the steps, it is very much clear that the problem can be solved with this method. So we are also having another one more point here. So if it is negative, if there is any one of the negative, we have to multiply that particular RHS value considering as an M into minus 1. So that is the first step that we have been seen in our class C. Here RHS be multiplied by minus 1. Hence in this particular problem, there is no any non-negative variables. Hence this problem can be solved. We are almost having another one more step here. If there is any variables are positive in the optimal solution, original problem is feasible. So if there is any non-negative values, it can be calculated. Negative value in the sense need to be multiplied with respect to the maximum variable number into the negative unity value. And adding of third step, moving on with respect to the third step, adding of an artificial variable. So slag variables has been added in the previous step. That is second step, conversion of inequality constraint to the standard form. Second step has been satisfied. Moving on to the artificial variable considerations. As the constraints identified that is greater than or equal to constant level, equating it. So Z minus, so we are almost having this X equal to 1 and minus of these X and Y values upon substitution equal to 0. Whether it is equal to 0 or not. First one, row calculates Z value, that is 2, Z minus 2 minus 6. So when it has been converted to the rightward direction, Z will be definitely a positive value. So hence there is no any negative values. So simultaneously here also, upon substitution, we are getting only the pointal values here. So hence S1 is equal to 4 minus something, it will be of 1.5 like that. So 4 minus 1.5, definitely it is greater than 0 and nothing moving to the negative region. Hence row 1 is also accepted for calculations. So upon increasing the constraints, that is x1 and x2, existing similarities, there are no any negative values, because all the variables are non-negative. Hence, we can move towards the fourth step also. So here fourth step involves all adding of this major number, that is maximum variable number, to the objective function, because it is a minimal problem. In case of minimal problem, and in case of it is a maximum problem or a large problem, in need to obtain the value, we'll be taking in a negative sign, with a negative sign, that is minus m into the artificial consideration. So minimum z is equal to, and substituting of similar value, considering a major variable with respect to the artificial variables, a2 plus m into a3. And this row when equating to the 0, upon substitution or upon simplification, we will be getting this value. So getting these RHS terminals or variables towards the left hand side direction. So is equal to 0, equating to 0. Again, our condition at the first step, that is equating to 0, should be greater than 0 or equal to 0 condition has been satisfied. Hence, we can furtherly calculate our BFS values, right? That is the acceptance. So since each variable are in our starting BFS values, they should be eliminated from row 0. So row 0, from row 0 it has been eliminated, calculating with respect to row 0 plus maximum variable number into row 2 plus maximum variable number into row 3, right? It equates, upon simplification, we will be getting a new 0 value. So considering in initial table z as an output variables, definitely it will be 0 and greater than 0, that is unity value, right? And considering the obtained values, that is 2m minus 2 variables once. So variable 1 x1 here specifies the sugar content, how much percentage of sugar he is considering. So in the first case, we are almost observing that 0.5, and next one it is 1 and 1. And simultaneously in the case of x2 is a composition of vitamin C. So vitamin C here 4m minus 3. So substituting that, taking that initial table or column. So 0.25 is the basic composition that we have been seen in our obtained question. And slag variable that we have been taken, slag variable should be equal to 0, and next it is greater than 0. Next, eliminating of variable. So eliminating of minus m, because at the left hand side we are getting the m value and negativity has been considered here, taking the minus m value. And assignment value, or we can consider that artificial, adding of an artificial variables. So artificial variables, how many variables we are having in the question? 2 variables, that is composition of sugar and composition of vitamin C. So 2 variables, A2 and A3 has been added to it. So in upon calculating these overall systems, and right hand side there is an mean variable, that is 30 into maximum number or variable that we have been taken. So maximum variable, that is nothing but large positive number that has been considered with respect to the new 0. So hence Beveridge's calculations of z is equal to 30 into m, maximum possible number, that m need to be identified. All right. So if the z value has been obtained simultaneously upon simplifying the z value here, there are only 2 constraints existing for us, that is m value, z value and e value. So e is an elimination region that minus m can be considered. So at the place of e, the minus m is substituted. So hence this, upon elimination of this e minus m into minus m, and hence positive m square will be getting, m into m will be obtaining, hence e will be eliminated. So in such a way we'll be having 2 different unknown variables, that is m, that is maximal positive variable number, and next is z value. So z value here we have been obtained, and this is 30, z is equal to 30 m. There are two unknowns. So when you have been substituted in the z, that is equal to 30 m, and simultaneously m can be calculated very much easily. That is the initial table that has been tabulated here. So in a minimum problem, entering variable is a variable that has most positive coefficient in a row 0, right? And moving on to the next one, feasible of a first step of addition, that is artificial variable 1. So divisibility has been considered here, that is z is equal to 1 if you have been considered 0, or 1 has been considered x1 variable to m minus 3 by 3 because of having getting the, so taking the second variable in the case of a first tabler, that is unity considerations 2m minus 3 by 3 for an variable x1. X1 is nothing but sugar content, and simultaneously for the vitamin C also similar formula acceleration as per the simplification factor. And we need to consider here the elimination variables taken, slag variable has been equated to 0 because those are eliminated, and equating to 0 in the sense we will be taking simply 0, and the additional of slag variable is nothing but is an e value eliminated again, and we need to find out only the two variables at the right hand side, that is a2 and a3, right? That is an adding of artificial variables. So that is equal to m minus 3 by 3 or m minus 4m by 3. So finally, upon substitution of these values, you are getting x2 is equal to this such a value, a3 is equal to 5 value. Upon substituting of this a3 value also, we will be getting the a2 value in the equation. So finally, the table, optimal table of artificial, upon substituting this artificial variable numbers, AU here specifies the artificial variable numbers in the tabular column, upon calculating, we will be getting the values as x2 is equal to 5 and x1 is equal to 5. So here x1 is equal to the composition of sugar that we have been considered, x2 is equal to composition of vitamin C that we have been considered the initial stage of the problem. So finally we will be considering that in a bottle of orange there should be 5 O's orange soda and 5 O's orange juice. So in this way, if you've been solved the problem, the cost effective would be of 25 rupees. 25 rupees. Here the units euros has been considered with respect to the rupees, and hence 25 rupees will be cost for 10 different bottles. So our major concept here is to find out for 10 bottles, and hence x1 plus x2 10, and upon calculating here for 10 bottles it will be consuming of 25 rupees, right? Thank you. We'll be seeing the another one more example in the next class. Thank you.